This is Ralph with 13 Peppers. Let's see if we can make today the day that we can finish this garden walkthrough. Now I'm going to try extremely hard today to make sure that I can finish this garden walkthrough. I meant this to be the third time that I am shooting this. This is going to be the evening of May 5th, and hopefully I can get it done today. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, we are going to start off this bed with a couple of regular yellow habaneros. Here I am carrying a couple of the orange ghost peppers. Now here I'm carrying 2 Carolina Reaper plants. I'm not worried about the size of these because these always stay small for me. I don't know if it's just the way I'm growing them or not, but they always stay small to me for the first couple months, and then finally in the end, then they'll actually grow up rather fast and actually be nice full plants. But why they start out so slow, I have no idea. It might just be something I'm doing. Here I am carrying a black Thai plants, just another version of the Thai pepper I picked up this year. Now here is just another habanero variety, and this is the red habanero. Now these 2 plants have just started getting some growth on them in the last 2 weeks. These are my KS Lemon Starbursts, and I have heard some wonderful things about it, and I'm looking very much forward to tasting these peppers this year. Now here is another one of my 7-pot varieties, and this is my 7-pot olive. I love my 7-pots. Now this is the second year I'm growing these from my own seeds. This is the Sheepnose pimento. It's a wonderful tasting pimento pepper, and I very much love it. I have 4 plants of this year because I have a couple ideas of things I want to do with it. Now here I am carrying my brain collapse peach peppers. I did initially have 4, but unfortunately one of them did not transplant well, but hey, that kind of happens. Now here I have my Brian's Blood peppers. Now they are of an F3. Now also too, on these 2 peppers, I am growing both of them. One of them that's on the bottom there is variegated. The one on the top is not. So I'm not quite sure right offhand which one is going to be the correct one, but we will let these things grow and we will find out. Now here I am growing some T-Rex red peppers. Now I've already showed this off in one of my 5-gallon buckets, but I also have it inside the garden here too. Now my garden this year is very Thai heavy, and this version here is an orange Thai SSE. Now these peppers here is something I'm really looking forward to tasting because I have never had a BBG before, and this is a blood orange BBG. Now these 2 peppers here are an Orion pepper. This is a new variety that I have gotten for the first time this year, so very much looking forward to these. Now these 2 peppers here, this is my Licia Red. Now these 2 peppers here are another white Thai that I am growing. Now this one's a little bit different than the other one I've showed off in the 5-gallon bucket because this one has the peppers actually growing down instead of sticking straight out like they normally do. Now here I have another cayenne type pepper. These are my Ring of Fires. Here is another pepper that I am growing for the first time this year. This is my Potmark orange peppers. I've seen these peppers online and they look beautiful, so I'm looking very much forward to growing these. Now this is my Sugar Rush red peppers. I like the size and the flavor of these peppers, and I know online there's some people that can't stand these peppers, but hey, everybody's taste is different, but this is my Sugar Rush reds. Now here is another cross that I received in. This is my B.O.C and Ahi pineapple cross. Once again, I got another Thai variety, and this is my Bird's Eye Thai. Now this is another pepper I've gotten in for the first time this year, and these are supposed to be nice, beautiful, compact, decorative peppers, and this is it's spelled U-C-H-U. I don't know if it's a Yuchu, but I'm going to say it's a Yuchu cream pepper. Now here is another pepper. Unfortunately did not transfer well. I did plant 4 of my fish peppers here, and unfortunately I only have 2 left in this location. Now, I really want these to actually grow this year because I want to redo a video. I did a nice whole video on this last year, but unfortunately, I did not have the audio turned on for half of it, so had to scrap it. So I'm looking forward to actually doing it again this year. Now here I am carrying my chocolate ghost peppers, another wonderful version of a ghost. Now these 4 plants here, these are a Fadaz or a Fadaz white. I do apologize for my pronunciation, and it's just something I've never been good at. Now here is another version of my ghost pepper. This is a ghost olive. And speaking of pronunciations, it actually took me months of practicing to actually say Butte Jalokia correctly. I don't know what my issue is. My mind sees one thing and my mouth wants to say it a completely different way. Now here is a Bailey Pequin pepper. Now this I'm actually growing in a couple locations. One of them was a indoor plant, which I'll show off here more later in the video, that I had to bring outside, but very nice plants. Now here I am growing a couple black Hungarian peppers. Now these have a nice flower and everything on them. Plus I already got a bunch of nice peppers coming on. So very much looking forward to tasting this one. Now in this location I am growing 2 of my Charapia Goldens. Now here is a couple other peppers that kind of struggled at first, but now are finally starting to take off. This is my Yellow Ghost. Now I know I mentioned before I love my Thai peppers. This is one I've actually gotten in that I'm unclear on exactly what the peppers look like as they are growing, so I'm going to be looking that up. But this is what they call a Halloween Thai. Now these 2 peppers are another variety of a ghost, and this is something that I've gotten in for the first time this year. This is what they call an Indian carbon. And here I am growing myself a couple Anaheim chilies. Now this is another ghost pepper that I've gotten in for the first time this year that I'm interested in. This is a ghost BIH. Now here I am growing a couple berry Amarillo peppers, and I have heard that these things taste wonderful, so I'm looking very much forward to tasting them. Now this pepper here is my fluorescent purple variegated. It is a beautiful looking plant here so far because you got your normal white and green variegation on it. I can talk right. And it also has wisps of purple that are actually mixed in with that. So beautiful looking pepper. Now here is another variant of the cayenne. This is called a Fiesta blend, and it's supposed to have the cayenne peppers have multiple stages of color on this one. So I'm not quite sure because I couldn't get any verification on the way the color is supposed to change on it, but we will find out here shortly when they start producing. Now these are my ghost white pepper plants, just another version of the ghost pepper I am growing. And now that I am looking at all my peppers, going through taking the shots, all my ghost peppers are kind of small. So hey, it's not going to be a concern. I got what, almost 3 months of grow time out here left at least, so we got plenty of time. Okay, now this is another ghost variant. This is supposed to be an orange thin. I'm growing a regular orange ghost pepper, but this is supposed to be really thin and skinny. So this is the first year I've actually gotten this pepper, so I'm very curious on if it's actually going to turn out that way, but we will find out. Now this is another one of my peppers I consider in the top 5 of my favorite peppers. This is a 7-pot Katy. It has the sweetness, it has the flavor, and it definitely has the kick. Now these are my sweet cherry peppers. I am growing a couple of these this year, not for anything else, but just to actually see what they are for myself. The reason being is I've had a couple commenters actually say that my cherry bomb peppers are not true cherry bomb peppers, even though I know where they came from originally and that they produce consistently year after year. So yeah, I'm 100% positive that my cherry bombs are actually cherry bombs. I'm just curious on exactly how these stack up to those. Now here I have a couple sucker punch peppers. Now this is one of the ones I was really looking forward to getting in this year, but I had trouble with germination on them, but I do have a couple that came up. I did originally have 3, but unfortunately one did not survive the transplanting, but I am very much looking forward into these plants this year. Now this is another new ghost pepper I got in this year. This is what they call the Ghost Orange Copenhagen. Now these 3 peppers here are called a Zopai pepper. I've actually seen a couple tastings of these recently, and I am so looking forward to actually getting a taste it myself. Here is another wonderful group of peppers. These are my death spirals. Now these last 2 peppers, which unfortunately I lost one of these too, but this is another variant of the ghost pepper. This is a ghost caramel. This is another one I got in new this year because I've never seen a caramel variant of this pepper, but I am very curious on seeing how it turns out. Now here in this bed, we're going to start off with my favorite ghost pepper of all time. This is the purple ghost. I like the color, I like the heat level, and everything about it. Here, this beautiful plant here is a purple Thai. Now these 3 plants have struggled to start, but they have finally taken root that I can tell, and really starting to grow now. This is my California Reaper. Now this is the first year I've gotten this plant. I saw the seeds and I'm going, I've never heard of a California Reaper before. So that's what I'm growing, so I'm looking forward into tasting it. Now I have quite a few new peppers that I've not grown this year, and this is another one of them. This is called a Peach X. Now these 3 peppers are another wonderful pepper variety. This is called a Florida Predator. Now these 3 beautiful plants right here, this is what they call a Patagonia. Now to round out my last Thai variety I am growing, and yes, it's a lot of Thai varieties this year, but I love them. This is what they call a Thai Bangkok. And last but not least, in my rear garden beds, this is a pepper I use an awful lot in a bunch of recipes for my personal use. This is what they call a Fresno pepper. Beautiful, beautiful pepper. Now here is a plant that I actually was growing inside. I was growing quite a few of them inside, and just trying to see how it was going to do, but unfortunately I had to move them outside because I lost my battle with soil gnats. Now this thing is just going wild. This is my Omnicolor. This will have a bunch of pods. I mean, it'll be absolutely full, and it ranges a whole bunch of colors before they finally ripen into a bright red. Very, very beautiful decorative plant. Now here is another one of the peppers that I had to move outside. This is my Chinese 5 color, and the top of this and everything is covered with blooms. So very much looking forward to this production. Now here is another plant that I had to move outside, which is doing excellent out here. I'm just hoping, short notice out here, I'm not going to lose a lot of leaf from the transition, but so far I've not seen any damage from being outside. But this is a Bailey Pequin pepper. Beautiful, beautiful looking so far. Now here's a couple more peppers I had to move outside. Now this is my dwarf Thai pepper. Beautiful, beautiful looking pepper. I mean, it is actually sprouted very nice for a ornamental pepper. Here's another one which got some beautiful purple leaves on it. There's some small black berries that are growing in it now, which is good, but this is a black onyx pepper. Now this bed right here is just a bunch of extra plants that I did not want to get rid of. I just have an issue throwing away plants at the end of the season that I really had no need for. And since I had a greenhouse actually blow down, didn't know what to do with the space, I decided to go ahead and just make another bed out of it. And as you can tell, some of these peppers here are just getting rather large. I don't know if you can see the size of these peppers here. Beautiful, beautiful plants. And this is my Escamillo pepper. So these things are getting rather large. I got some of my gypsies over here, which are coming on, which is nice. I got some cayennes, which are growing. A couple other peppers actually coming on here. This is pimentos, which is actually starting. So getting a lot of production and everything out of this. So this is just like a bonus area to me. And with that, I think through these 3 videos, I have covered pretty much all the peppers that I'm actually growing. Now, between having to be split up between 3 different videos, I might have missed a few things because I kind of got peppers kind of planted all over the place. But if so, hey, it's okay, nobody's perfect. But that's quite a few that we've actually gone through. If you've actually watched all 3 videos, thank you very much for your time, because I knew that takes a lot of time to actually sit there and watch the whole thing, so thank you very much. But with that, I want to say thank you all very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed what you've seen here and you look forward to actually seeing me taste a lot of these peppers I have this year, please subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up, that helps out greatly. You can also follow me on a bunch of my social medias down here, or you can actually head to my website down below. There I post everything that I'm doing, plus a couple things I do in a shop that I have there. So, but with that, once again, I want to say thank you all very much, and you have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day.